This is Ron Paul, the big presidential contender, concurring with us, that as they do this, they need to destroy the existing orders of the world to bring in the new Bancor global one world government currency, because things will get so bad, they will offer this as the solution. We are now entering that time of crises, ordered out of chaos. What else did your source tell you? Any other key tidbits?
Alex, isn't it amazing? And I sit here listening to you right now, just utterly stunned, because you're exactly right. Isn't it amazing that everything that Mr. Fromm told me before he died, everything that my elitist friend now is telling me, that every single bit of it they told me 2 years, 3 years ago, back 35 years ago when Mr. Fromm told me that they were not going to open up Gull Island and the Arctic Wildlife Refuge until they got the price of crude oil to where they wanted it to go. And at the time he wouldn't tell me what that price was. But then I found out just recently they wanted to go to $200 a barrel. Isn't it amazing that every single thing that these people said way back yonder 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago, now Ron Paul is talking about it. Now the national newsletters of almost every single writer.
And then oil. And then oil and natural gas is going to be scapegoated for this, and they're going to force us onto the new green economy that costs 2 or 3 or 4 times even what oil does. This is the shutdown of our industrial system, the stated UN plan. The head of NASA, Goddard Center, says he wants a post-industrial America, shut off our power. This is how they're doing it. They'll sell us less of it for a much higher price. When they built our whole society off interstate highways under the Eisenhower plan, when you've got to travel to get to work, when most people can't use buses or trains, they are holding us hostage. They got us dependent on oil, and now they're shutting down the refineries. They're shutting down the supply. They have engineered this whole thing beautifully for global control, and they will pose as the saviors. Anything else he told you, then we're going to calls.
Well, first of all, he said that our Secretary of State had met, Hillary Clinton had actually met with the Muslim Brotherhood, and they have been guaranteed that they will be given each of the nations they take over. What we are being so betrayed by Washington, D.C., it is startling to me as I hear all of this. So when she met with them, she said, okay, go ahead and take all these countries. This never appeared on the news media anywhere. No news person was allowed to talk with her after she came out of the meetings. I was given a chart. I know this is startling. I haven't said this yet on your program. I was sent a chart by my present living elitist friend, and the chart indicated what the Muslim Brotherhood wants to do. Now, the elite won't let them go as far as they want to go. They're going to let them go as far as taking over everything in the Middle East, every single king. Mark my words. I haven't said this before because just this past week I got it. Every Middle East king, every royal family is going to be deposed. They think that somehow the American government might stand with the people of Saudi Arabia. No way. You mark my words. The Muslim Brotherhood will eventually take it over. That'll be the last one to be taken. And they will be given, the Muslim Brotherhood will be given these countries because they want chaos in every one of them in order to cut off the oil supply, basically, as they've done in Libya, 1.6 million barrels. It was cut off in Libya from going to certain places in Europe, not America. When Saudi Arabia comes around, the majority of our oil supply will be cut off. Every bit of this is a part of the plan. And some people say to me, Chaplain Williams, why in the world would the elite destroy their own country? They aren't destroying their own country. They're gaining control of their own country, the United States of America. Most of them live in America. And they're gaining control of it by, first of all, bankrupting it. You don't take General Motors and Chrysler until you bankrupt them first. Then you get them by way of the Treasury through the Federal Reserve, which is not an agency.
And they're going to bring all 50 states. They're going to bring all 50 states into receivership under the feds, themselves bankrupt to the IMF and World Bank.
And they have everything to gain by it. Every bit of this was a part of a long-range plan devised many years ago. I heard them referring to it 35 years ago when I sat in their business meetings. And, of course, they 15 years ago began the housing crisis by the teaser loans and the interest-only loans. They knew it would bring about a housing crisis. You haven't seen anything until the commercial real estate, and it's just about to hit the fan. Commercial real estate is the next one. Residential real estate's what's brought us to the position we're on now. Wait till the commercial real estate begins to foreclose. The banks haven't touched it yet because they knew that the residential real estate was in such bad condition. Every bit of this is a part of that plan so that they can take it over, and then over a period of years, bring it back out on the auspices of the New World Order. And the Middle East was what they told me is the starting point for this. Egypt was the first place, Libya, and on to each Middle East country. Saudi Arabia last. When it does, you better be out of your
And now it sets the precedent. Now it sets the precedent where the globalist can go fund rebels to try to overthrow a government, and then in humanitarian grounds have the New World Order military come in and bombard that country. This is the new neo-colonial model. Now, Lindsey, can I keep you 15 minutes in the next hour because I really want to go to calls?
Oh, gladly.
Okay.
I'll stay with you any day.
We're going to come back from break and go directly to calls for 3 segments. Then we got Max Keiser coming on, but I just wanted to add, because Lindsey hadn't plugged it himself, I demanded a month ago when he got this new info, or a few months ago, that he put out a DVD with the latest information. Prophecy Club are the great producers of it, prophecyclub.com. If you want to get Middle East, the rest of the story that breaks all this down very calmly in a focused way without the radio breaks and things interrupting it, or 888-799-6111, 888-799-6111 to get a copy.
$349, $359, $379. How much pain at the pump can you handle? Ease your pain now. Did you know you can increase gas mileage by 25 to 45% or even as high as 60% by adding water? Go to SaveYourGasMoney.com and learn how you can save an average of $750 to $1,850 per year with our hydrogen on-demand technology. Running our hydrogen gas through your engine is the equivalent of using 140 octane fuel. See how it works at SaveYourGasMoney.com. We have 2 complete systems for all cars, trucks, and SUVs for gas and diesel engines. Our gas-saving stainless steel units install easily in about 2 hours with no engine modifications and no extra parts needed. It's completely safe, American-made, requires no maintenance, comes with a lifetime warranty, great technical support, and same-day shipping. Visit SaveYourGasMoney.com or call 888-887-9981. That's 888-887-9981. Ease your pain at the pump with SaveYourGasMoney.com.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
Are you still a traditional smoker? Now experience a new lifestyle and try vaping with e-cigarettes by LeSig. Imagine no ashes, stains, nasty smell, or coughing and hacking. With LeSig e-cigarettes' revolutionary microelectronic technology, rechargeable battery, and unique replaceable cartridge, you'll get all the benefits and satisfaction of smoking without the hazards. Choose your taste from a wide variety of our new American-made vape-free e-liquids at LeSig.com. And LeSig smokes the competition by serving thousands of worldwide customers with real people customer service, fast, free, same-day shipping, and a 30-day warranty and satisfaction guarantee. So are you ready for a new vaping lifestyle? Then call 870-518-4307. That's 870-518-4307. Or visit LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com. LeSig e-cigarettes for today's modern smoker.
It's up on Infowars.com. Glenn Beck makes it official. He will depart Fox News, being driven out of there. Big victory for George Soros. Continuing We have the Spread the Truth with the new InfoWars widget. You can put it on your blog, your website, Facebook, and it just streams the show. You can stop and start it and all that. A great way to get the word out to people, or to go on places like MySpace that let you post it on people's pages. And we're going to put a version up there later today that has an autoplay if you choose, just where you post it and it just plays on your site, guaranteeing that people will hear it. Wonderful way to force multiply our information. And the other big news, Ron Paul, gold commodity prices, big event signaling economic collapse. The Drudge Report, the New York Times, Politico, The Hill, USA Today, all linking to the interview and report we did yesterday with Congressman Ron Paul, where he basically said that he will announce his presidential bid sometime in the next month, if he's going to do it or not, but went on to say that he's already going ahead with the token fact that he is by agreeing to the debate in May. So that's big news as well. Now going to your phone calls here with Lindsey Williams. Tony was first, but he just hung up. So let's go to Scott, John, Julio, Bobby, Janice, and others. We'll at least get to those calls with Lindsey Williams. Scott in Texas, questions or comments for Lindsey Williams?
Yes, thanks, Alex. Lindsey, since your last interview, I've had two big questions I've been wanting to get to you.
Yes,
the first one is, all of the forecasters have been predicting the crash of the dollar. It's absolutely certain. Do your elitist friends, is this a detailed forecast on their part, or are they saying we are going to crash the dollar in late 2012?
They said that the dollar will be dead by the end of 2012. I don't want to change their words. I try to be as exact as I can with what they say, because sometimes the things behind what they're saying mean a lot more than what comes to the... Now, the dollar will not be non-existent, and they'll make the American people desire, beg, plead, get on their knees and beg for a new currency. That basically is what they want to do.
Okay, and thanks for that answer. My next question has to do with the Chinese. You barely alluded to it last interview. It almost seems as though there's a lot going on behind the scenes between our State Department and China, and even a possible alliance with our military for them to have some kind of big operation in this country. I've heard about these bases in Mexico that are empty, but they're fully armed.
Oh, they've now signed official deals to use Mexican and Canadian troops in America for insurrection. That's Associated Press, Toronto newspaper, and Ottawa Citizen.
Okay. Our military normally would not allow China to overtake the country. They would bomb their tanks or whatever. Or is it going to be in the back door like as peacekeepers?
From what Joel Skousen says, and from what Lindsey's saying, is it's a clash between the two. The Western elite, correct, Lindsey, are not planning on being buddies with the Chinese.
The Chinese, the expression was made by Ken Fromm before he passed away. He said, China is the big one. He said, watch that above everything else, no matter what we do in the Middle East, North and South Korea, anything else. He said, watch the Chinese. The Chinese right now angry. They know they've been double-crossed and that they're going to lose over $1 trillion of paper that they were told that they could trust in. As a result, I have not, and I'm going to say this very emphatically, I have not been told what the Chinese will do to America. But I do know that they're very angry, and that it is scheduled for something. Watch China. It's so important. Even though what's happening in the Middle East, watching China is more important than even watching over there, which of course is going to impact America more than anything, because when Saudi Arabia is hit, our prices at the gas pump are going to go where they want it to go in order to
all right, Lindsey,
the value of the...
Yeah, we got to go to break.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hi folks, this is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow, step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs